Today in Cannabis News, U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer makes a federal cannabis legalization hype talk tour stop at the NYC Cannabis Parade and Rally. New York State colleges and universities begin ramping up cannabis curriculum following the state's passage of recreational cannabis legalization. And a 40-acre hidden, illegal cannabis grow is discovered in a California national park, sparking criticism from park rangers and Native American tribes. It's Tuesday, May 4th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer addressed cannabis legalization advocates at an event in New York this past weekend, praising his home state's recently enacted cannabis legislation and saying federal legalization is the next best step. What we have accomplished in New York is just the beginning. We're going to transfer that energy to Washington, Senator Schumer said at their latest federal cannabis legislation hype talk tour stop at the NYC Cannabis Parade and Rally. For months, Schumer has been hinting that they and the Democratic peers, Senator Cory Booker and Ron Wyden, plan to introduce a bill this session to legalize cannabis across the country. But the party has yet to release the initiative. They stressed the war on drugs, long-standing racial profiling, stating that BIPOCs, especially Black and brown New York residents, have been unevenly imprisoned for cannabis possession. We're going to put forward advanced, comprehensive cannabis reform legislation that will not only turn the page on this sad chapter in American history, but undo the devastating consequences of these discriminatory and often bigoted policies, Schumer said.
And next up, following the legalization of recreational cannabis in New York, state universities and colleges are introducing new cannabis-related classes to their curricula to help students ready for careers in the burgeoning market. New master's degree programs in cannabis, progressing to a graduate certification in cannabis control, are being promoted by Excelsior College, which is also increasing undergrad courses. At the moment, 10 separate State University of New York campuses teach cannabis and hemp-related classes. According to SUNY Chancellor James Malotras, the amount of cannabis programs, degrees, and training and credential courses available to students will absolutely rise to align students with new employment in the growing cannabis market. Our mission is to provide access to students to meet workforce demands, Malotras said in an interview. Malotras added that this is not a simple matter. This is a seismic shift in the law.
Last up, park rangers in Death Valley National Park discovered a huge illicit cannabis grow hidden in a remote gorge. According to the National Park Service, the 40-acre grow was discovered in Jail Canyon, a seldom explored ravine on the west half of the Panamint Mountains, close to the California-Nevada state border. Although cannabis was legalized in California in 2016, it is still illegal on federal property. It is unclear who was growing the field, but rangers flew around it to photograph the extent and hopefully encourage the growers to abandon the site, according to the park spokesperson. Officials said the unauthorized grow is among hundreds discovered in Death Valley over a few years. And cannabis grow areas can harm or ruin sections of the national park. Pesticides, the clearance of protected areas, and the diversion of water supplies can all result in irreversible harm. According to the National Parks Traveler, Jail Canyon is closed as rangers examine the site. Illicit cannabis farmers also have been reported to intimidate hikers and visitors who unintentionally come upon their plants, according to the Park Service. In a statement, Barbara Durham, Traditional Historic Preservation Officer for the Timbisha Shoshone tribe, said, "The natural and cultural resources in these areas are irreplaceable and invaluable. Damaging them for profit shows incredible disrespect to our homeland." The Timbisha Shoshone tribe's reservation is located in the national park.
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm Ashley Manning.
And I'm David Fortin. Catch you next time.